Stop. Before you scroll past this video, I need you to hear something. This is not about budgeting. This is not about cutting your morning coffee. What I'm about to show you goes much, much deeper than that. Banks, corporations, retail giants, they have spent billions of dollars, billions, designing an invisible system, a system built with one single purpose: to make sure you never hold on to your money. And the scary part, it's been working on all of us. But today, right now, that changes. By the end of this video, you will recognize every single trick they use, every manipulation, every psychological trap. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. Welcome back, everyone. Or if you're new here, welcome to the channel where we pull back the curtain on how money really works. I'm glad you're here today because this one is important. We're going to break down 7 specific psychological tricks backed by research from MIT, Stanford, and Harvard that banks and retailers use every single day to make you spend more than you ever intended. These aren't theories. These are active systems running on your brain right now. Every time you open a shopping app, every time you swipe your card, every time you get a notification on your phone. Stay with me. Let's go. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever looked at your bank account at the end of the month and thought, where did it all go? I had money. I know I had money. And now it's just gone. Most people, and I mean the vast majority, they hear that feeling and they immediately blame themselves. I have no discipline. I have no willpower. I'm just bad with money. Sound familiar? But here's what the financial industry does not want you to realize. Ready? The problem is not you. Let me say that again. The problem is not you. Trillion-dollar companies, trillion with a T, have spent decades and billions of dollars specifically engineering your environment, your shopping experience, your bank app, your email inbox, all of it designed to bypass your rational thinking. This isn't accidental. There are entire departments, teams of psychologists, behavioral scientists, and data analysts whose only job is to figure out how to make you spend just a little bit more every single day. But here's the thing. Once you understand these systems, once you see the exact mechanics, you can fight back. Not with willpower, not with extreme budgeting, just with knowledge. That's what today is about. All right, let's get into it. 7 tricks. We're going through all of them, starting with one that every single person watching this has fallen for, probably this week. Trick number 1. Trick number 1 is called the anchor price, and I want you to picture this scene in your mind. You walk into a clothing store, you're just browsing, no intention to buy anything, and then you see it. A jacket on a rack, and there's a tag, a big, bright price tag. It says was $400, now $180. And your brain, without you even realizing it, does something automatic. It latches on to that $400 number as the real price. The 180 suddenly feels like you're practically stealing it. Your brain literally screams, deal. But here's what they never tell you. That $400 price, it was invented. It never existed in reality. It was placed there deliberately for one purpose only: to make 180 feel irresistible. This isn't just a theory. Research from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, found that anchoring causes people to spend 37% more than they originally planned. 37% on top of what they budgeted. And here's a perfect real-world example that you've almost certainly experienced. Go to Apple's website right now. What's the first iPhone they show you? The most expensive one. The $1,200 model. Front and center. By the time you scroll down and see the $799 model, it feels affordable. It feels like a bargain. Even though $799 is still an enormous amount of money for most people. So how do you fight this? It's actually simple, and it takes about 60 seconds. Before you buy anything at all, search for the item's lowest historical price. Use tools like Camel for Amazon, or just Google the product name plus price history. Anchor pricing. Now you see it. And once you've seen it in the wild, in a store, on a website, in a catalog. You will catch it every single time. Okay, let's move to trick number 2. And this one is silent. You don't see it coming. The subscription trap. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You signed up for a free trial, maybe 6 months ago, maybe 2 years ago. You meant to cancel. Life got busy, and right now, somewhere in your bank account, that charge is quietly happening every single month. And it's not just one. Think about it. Streaming services, maybe 2 or 3 of them, a gym membership you haven't used since January, a cloud storage plan you forgot existed, a magazine subscription from 3 years ago, a software tool you used once. Researchers at Stanford University conducted a study on exactly this, and what they found was shocking. The average person, underestimates how much they spend on subscriptions by $133 per month. And the reason this works so brilliantly as a business model is very specific. The brain has a mental radar for large purchases. You notice a $500 charge immediately, but $14.99, it flies completely under your awareness. Here is your action step, and I want you to do this today, not tomorrow, today. Open your bank app right now. Filter your transactions by recurring. Look at the full list. Studies show the average person finds between 4 and 9 subscriptions they had completely forgotten about. Cancel anything you haven't actively used in the last 30 days. Not planning to use, not might use next month. Used in the last 30 days. Be ruthless, because those companies are being ruthless with your money. That one action alone could save you over $100 a month. Every month, forever. Okay, trick number 3. This one is brilliant in its simplicity, and it involves math that is specifically designed to fool you. I call it the free shipping trap. Picture this. You're shopping online. You found everything you need. You go to checkout. Your cart total, $32, and then you see it. Shipping, $5. But then, right underneath that, free shipping on orders over $50. Your brain does the math instantly, without asking your permission. $18 more gets you free shipping. Why would you pay $5 for shipping when you could just spend a little more and get it free? So you browse. You find $18 worth of stuff you didn't really need. You add it to the cart. Cart is now $50. Shipping is now $0. You feel great. You saved $5 on shipping. Right? Wrong. Let's do the real math. You needed $32 of stuff. You spent $50. That's $18 extra dollars spent to save $5. You just lost $13 and you felt happy about it. This is engineered math. And this isn't one company's strategy. This is industry-wide. It's on Amazon, it's on clothing sites, it's on electronics retailers. The free shipping threshold is calculated by data scientists to maximize your average order value, not to benefit you. How to fight it? Always ask yourself, would I buy this extra item if shipping costs the same regardless? If the answer is no, just pay the shipping. $5 is almost always less than what you will spend buying unnecessary items to avoid it. Simple, powerful. Moving to trick 4, the cashback illusion. Okay, this one. This one sounds amazing. In fact, when you first heard about it, you probably thought, this is the smart thing to do. Cashback on every purchase, 2% back on everything you spend. Free money, right? Here's the data. Multiple consumer behavior studies, including research published in the Journal of Marketing Research, found that credit card users consistently spend between 12 and 18% more than people paying with cash. 12 to 18% more. Let's do the math on this together because this is important. If you spend $2,000 a month on your credit card, you earn $40 back in cashback. 2% of $2,000, $40. You're excited about $40. But here's the other side. Because you're using a credit card instead of cash, you're spending approximately 15% more. 15% of $2,000 is $300 in extra spending every month. $300 extra out, $40 back in. Why does this happen? Because physical cash creates what psychologists call the pain of paying. When you hand over physical bills, you feel it. Your brain registers loss, but tapping a card, clicking pay now, the brain barely registers it. The pain is gone. And with the pain gone, so is your spending limit. Defense strategy. For discretionary spending, restaurants, shopping, entertainment, try cash or debit for 1 full month. Track the difference. Most people see an immediate and significant reduction in spending. It's not discipline, it's neuroscience. Okay, trick 5, and this one makes you act fast. Too fast. Loss aversion notifications. You're browsing a product, not sure if you want it, and then, boom, a notification fires. Your special offer expires in 2 hours, or only 3 left in stock, or 7 other people are looking at this right now. This is a direct trigger of one of the most powerful psychological forces humans have. It's called loss aversion, and it was identified by Nobel Prize-winning psychologist Daniel Kahneman. The principle is this: losing something feels twice as painful as gaining the same thing feels good. Companies have studied this, they know it, and they weaponize it. When they say offer expires in 2 hours, they're not informing you. They're manufacturing a feeling of loss. They're making you feel like you're about to lose something, even though you never had it. And here's the truth they don't want you to know. Most of those countdowns reset the moment they expire. Most of those only 3 left in stock warnings. Fake or wildly exaggerated. Retailers have literally been fined by consumer protection agencies for manufacturing false scarcity. Your defense: whenever you feel urgency, that's your signal to pause, not to act. Take 10 minutes. Walk away from the screen. If it's still a good decision in 10 minutes, buy it. If the deal was real, it'll still be there. And if it's gone, something better will come. Okay, trick 6, the store layout. And this one you literally cannot escape. You walk into a grocery store, you need 3 things: milk, bread, eggs, 3 items. Should take 5 minutes, but somehow, 45 minutes later, you walk out with a full cart and a receipt that makes you question your entire existence. This is not an accident. Grocery store layouts are designed by retail psychologists and space planners who are paid specifically to maximize your exposure to profitable products. And the most essential items, milk, eggs, bread, are always placed at the FAR back of the store. Research on retail psychology shows that the average grocery shopper going in for their regular weekly shop adds approximately $23 of completely unplanned items to their cart every visit because of physical store layout alone. $23 every week is nearly $1,200 a year. And it goes beyond just the placement. They control the lighting, warm lights over the bakery to make bread look more appealing. They control the temperature, slightly cooler near beverages to make you crave drinks. They play specific tempos of music. Slower music makes you walk slower and browse longer. Defense: shop with a list and never deviate from it. Better yet, use grocery delivery or click and collect. You avoid the engineered environment entirely. And on average, people who shop online for groceries spend 20 to 30% less per shop. Shop the store's perimeter first. That's where real food lives. The middle aisles are the danger zone. Okay, final trick, trick 7. And I've saved the most dangerous one for last. Trick number 7, buy now, pay later. BNPL. Services like Afterpay, Klarna, Affirm, and dozens of others. And look, on the surface, these services seem completely reasonable. You split a purchase into 4 payments over 6 weeks. No interest in many cases. Sounds fine, right? But here's what's happening in your brain when you use these services. The purchase happens now. The pain, the financial pain of spending a Kemter is pushed into the future. And psychologists have documented something crucial about this. Your future self feels like a different person to your brain. Researchers at Harvard Business School studied buy now, pay later behavior extensively, and the finding was alarming. When payment is delayed, when the pain of paying is removed from the purchase moment, people spend an average of 40% more per transaction. 40%. And the compounding problem is this: you don't just use BNPL once, you use it multiple times across multiple services for multiple products. Suddenly, you have 4 different payment schedules running simultaneously, and your future self is dealing with all of them at once when your present self is already looking at new things to buy. Defense: before using BNPL, ask yourself one question, Kindy. Could I pay for this in full right now? If the answer is no, that's your brain telling you this purchase is beyond your current means. BNPL doesn't solve that problem. It delays it. And delayed problems always come back larger. All 7 tricks. You now know all 7. Let's talk about what to do with this knowledge. Let's do a lightning round recap. Trick 1. Anchor price. Fake reference prices making real prices feel like deals. Trick 2. Subscription trap. Charges under $15 flying completely under your radar. Trick 3. Free shipping. Spending more to save less. Trick 4. Cashback illusion. Earning 2% while spending 15% more. Trick 5. Loss aversion. Manufactured urgency bypassing your rational thinking. Trick 6. Store layout. Physical architecture designed to add $23 to every cart. Trick 7. Buy now, pay later, removing the pain of spending, leading to 40% more per transaction. Now, here is my challenge to you. Don't try to fight all 7 at once. Just pick one this week. One of these 7 tricks, whichever one surprised you most, whichever one you recognized most in your own life, pick that one and fight back against it intentionally. And I want to hear from you. Drop in the comments right now. Which of these 7 tricks surprised you most? Which one did you immediately recognize from your own spending? The comments on this video are going to be fascinating, and I read every single one. And if this video saved you even $50 by canceling forgotten subscriptions or recognizing anchor pricing or pausing on that urgent notification, hit the subscribe button right now. Because what we're covering next week is even more valuable than today. You do not want to miss that one. Knowledge is only powerful if you act on it. Share this video with someone who deserves to keep more of their money, because the system we just exposed, it works best in the dark. The moment someone sees it, it starts to lose its power. See you next week.